with USOPC President Sarah Hirshland. Sarah, congratulations. How gratifying was it to see this process come up on the positive note for you, Salt Lake City and the United States?
Well, it's amazing. You know, we have to keep in mind from where I sit, I have 205 peers around the world. Many of those countries dream and aspire to host a games, let alone to have a place like Salt Lake City do it twice.
Right.
And to do it twice in 25 years is, or well, I guess it'll be 35 years, is pretty special. So it's really, it's a great honor for me to be part of it, and it's a great testament to the strength of our country, to the strength of Salt Lake City and Utah.
I know Senator Mitt Romney had said it would be malpractice if Salt Lake City didn't get another games. Why is it such a great place? And is this a model for everyone going forward?
Well, not everyone has the luxury of geography and what Mother Nature has given to Utah. So that's a gift we can all just be thankful for. And we know that it's just a spectacular place, in particular for winter sport. But the people are wonderful, and the alignment of the community and the support of the community and the support of the leadership in the governments and the individual volunteer force, and there really are a lot of things that can make a game special, and Salt Lake and Utah seem to have them all. Not many people can say that.
Sir, we've seen countries start bids, start the process, and then pull out. It's happened a lot in recent bid processes. How important is it that the IOC now goes with cities and places like Salt Lake City that have all these venues built, and they don't have to spend billions upon billions to host a game?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, right, the IOC's mission and all of us who are part of their family is to grow sport in a healthy and sustainable way. And so what you're talking about is right at the core and the foundation of what is sustainable, right? Venues that are then getting used every day by young people and developing athletes and elite competitions at once. And that happens in Salt Lake in a way that it doesn't happen everywhere around the world. It's important for the future is you've got to grow sport from the grassroots and drive it at the elite levels. And when you can find a way to do both in a community, it strengthens not just the days of the games that are the best of the best, but it strengthens the whole strength of sport in the community, becomes an active part of people's lives. And we know that that's beneficial not only to individuals, but to the strength of communities as well. So it matters.
I know Lindsey Vonn really made the push to get a place for families.
Yeah.
We've never seen that before.
That's right.
What kind of feedback are you getting on that? I would imagine this is something that future Olympics should be looking forward to doing as well.
Well, when you listen to athletes, they know what matters and they know what their experience is. And this is a classic case of Lindsey saying, I know where my challenges were, right? It's navigating a lot of things and bringing the people who got me there along with me. And so she hit on a very real and authentic opportunity that I can assure you the entire athlete community will be very excited about, and other games will pay attention to and will evolve the way they think about taking care of not just the athletes, but those who support them.
I'm sure people that were watching this play out, and they saw the IOC at the end there talk about doping and what's going to be done. How difficult was that to navigate? And was that an ambush on the IOC's part? Was it grandstanding? Why was this done?
The anti-doping movement, as you know, is important and is volatile. We have seen in the past, historically, a number of, what I see most closely is reallocating medals to athletes who years after the fact find out that the person who beat them was proven to be doping. Nothing is more difficult and challenging. And so we all recognize that there's work to be done to improve the global anti-doping system. And we have a community of, 200 different anti-doping organizations within their countries working under the auspices of the global organization. That's not always simple, and it can be messy. And this is an example of a moment where it's been a little bit messy. The trick is we all have to work together to support clean sport. We have to unify our efforts and have open conversations about how you solve problems, as opposed to throwing bottles over the bow, as they say.
We'll talk about Paris in just a second, but once these Paris games end, LA's on the clock as far as summer games. How big of a challenge is this now? Because you'll have two of the next 4 Olympics in the United States.
Yeah. Well, it adds complexity, right? But it's a complexity you welcome. We're right. We have 4 years to LA, and now 6 years after that, the Salt Lake Games, which means this is the decade, right? It's maybe the most important decade in United States sports history, sitting in front of us, and we've got to be the creators there. So will there be complexity? Of course, but are we going to give the American public a very healthy dose of a lot of diverse sport and diverse athletes and incredible sporting? It's exactly what we're going to deliver, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now let's talk Paris. How excited are you to see the U.S. athletes on this stage, Olympians, Paralympians? What kind of expectations do you have?
Well, I'll say this, we never predict medal count. As much as people try to ask me to do that, I refuse, but I will tell you Team USA is ready, and we're going to be good.
How much does it help to have Colorado Springs, Salt Lake City and Park City, and you go out to Lake Placid and the facilities they have here? What kind of an advantage is that the U.S. has sustainable facilities for their athletes to train in?
It's the difference maker. The facilities that we have, the infrastructure, and the human expertise, right? Again, you go back to people. We have some of the smartest, most talented people pushing the boundaries of human performance in our country. And our job is to capitalize on that and leverage that to our advantage, and we do. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the collegiate system, which is the envy of the world. So places like the University of Utah, who's a very important partner of ours, is driving this as partners of ours in both not just competitive athletics for college students, but also the sports medicine, the performance, the mental health initiatives. We need those partners collaboratively to make the U.S. team as good as we are.
All right, Sarah Hirshland, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations. And now good luck. You got 10 big years ahead of you.
We do, and let me just say to everybody in Utah, thank you and congratulations.